Hi, good morning. This is Soumya Rani, lecturer, Department of Computer Science, Government Science College, Chitradurga. This semester, I'm going to handle the subject Data Structure and Algorithm for BSc second semester. This is the syllabus of your subject Data Structures using C. So it consisting of the higher marks is a 20 and the exam marks is an 80. The whole syllabus it consisting of the 5 chapters. The unit 1 it is an structure and union. Unit 2 is an introduction to data structure and the stack. Unit 3 is an queue and recursion. Unit 4 is an linked list. Unit 5 is an trees. So according to your syllabus it consisting of the total 5 chapters. So this is a first session of your class. The chapter 1 is the structure and the union. So first we need to about what is an structure. Before going to the structure, the simple concept there is a differences between the structure and an array in the C programming. The first of all, already you know in the array as in the previous semester what is an array. An array is a collection of an elements as in the case of the contiguous memory locations. On the other hand, the array is the ordered collection of the homogeneous elements of the same data type under the same name. As in the case of the structure, the definition is that it is an ordered collection of an elements where the elements are in the heterogeneous for the different data types. So this is the main differences between the arrays and also the structure. So here the what is structure? A structure is a collection of simple variables. A variable in a structure can be of same or different data type. Either it may be int or it may be a float or it may be a double or it may be a character or any other different data types. The data items in the structure which are all we can call it as an members of the structure. This is a definition of structure. So once again I repeat, a structure is a collection of simple variables. A variable in a structure can be a same or the different data types. Some of can be an int or a float or a double or a character. So these are all the sum of the primitive data types. The data items in the structure all we can call it as a members of the structure. So this is the defining the structure. So first let me know about the general syntax for the defining the structure. So here the process of defining the structure which includes give the structure name that we can call it as a tag. So that tells the compiler the name and the data type of each piece of data you want to be included in this structure. So here the general structure of this defining this structure it consisting of first is a struct. Struct is a keyword. The keyword already you know that the definition is that the keywords are the reserved words that can't be changed the meaning of that word. So struct it is a one keyword. Structure name it is the name of the structure. The structure is beginning with the opening braces and ends with the closing braces at the end of the termination point. So here within that the data type or the basic data types such as int, float, char or double or anything. Member name is a name of that structure member. These are all included in the defining the structure. This is a general syntax for the defining the structure. So this is the general example for the defining the structure. A structure definition to hold the employee information. Here struct is a keyword. Employee is the structure name. Here it consisting of a number of the different data members which are ID number, name, designation, salary. The ID number are denoted by using the data type int, Name is denoted by using the data type character. Designation is also a member of this structure, is denoted by using the character data type. Salary, it is also the member of the structure. It is denoted by using the data type float. The whole member of the structure is enclosed within the opening braces, and also the closing braces ends with a semicolon. This is a general example for a structure definition. Same as like that, the another example is a structure definition to hold an student information. In the student information example, struct is a keyword, student is the structure name. It consisting of the number of different data members, which are register number, student name, student class. The corresponding data types, which are int, character, and another data type is also character. That means register number is represented by using the data type int. Student name and also student class both are represented by using the data type character. The whole body of the structure is enclosed within the opening curly braces and also closing curly braces, ends with the semicolon. This is the another example for defining the structure. Then we move on to declaring a structure or defining the structure variable. So in this slide, we know about how to defining or declaring in a structure variable. A structure can be declared by using the built-in data types. So here is one general form: structure name space variables. Structure name is the name of the structure. Variable is the any user defined. So for example 1 is that student, it is a structure name. Old student and new student both are the structure variables which are defined by using the structure name, that is student. Old student and new students are the two structure variables which are declared by using the structure name student. So this is one example. Another example is that employee is a structure name. Employee 1 and employee 2 both are the structure variables. This is another example for defining the structure variable. Then we move on to our next slide. We can combining the definition of the structure and also the definition of the structure variable. Both are in the same structure. For example, here struct is a keyword, employee is a structure name. So it consisting of the data members like ID number, name, designation, and salary, that having the data types int, character, and float. And at the end of the closing braces, EMP1 and EMP2. These two are the structured variables. So in this example, we can combining the definition of the structure and the definition of the structure variables. Both are in only one structure. So that is ending with a semicolon. Then we move on to the next slide, accessing the elements of the structure. The accessing the elements of the structure by using the operator dot. The member of the structure can be accessed by using the dot operator. Here is one example: structure variable name dot member name. This is the general syntax for the accessing the elements of the structure. The structure member is written in the three parts: the name of the structure variable, dot operator, and the member name. The dot operator we can also call it as the member access operator. So here is an example. Example 1 is to accessing the name of the member employee 1 of the tag name employee. So we can write as the employee 1 dot name. This is one example. The example 2 is that to accessing the salary of the member employee 2 of the tag employee, we can write as that employee 2 dot salary. These two are the example for the accessing the elements of the structure. Then let me know about the initializing a structure. What do you mean by initialization? The initialization, which means that the assigning the any value to a variable, we can call it as the initialization. Like any other data type, it's also possible to initialize the structured members of structured variables. So here structure members which are initialized when they are declared. For example, in this example, it may containing the sum of the initializing of the structure. Employee, it's a structure name. Employee 1 is a structure variables. So here 1, 2, 3, 4. It is the ID number of the employee. Lakshmi is the name of the employee. Manager is a designation of employee. 10,500, it is a salary of that employee. So we know already about the employee information members like an ID number, name, designation and salary, which are assigning these values or to that data members. This initialization initializes the ID number field to an 1, 2, 3, 4, the name of the field to a Lakshmi, and the designation field to an a manager, and the salary field to an a 10,500. This is a initializing structure. Here, a structured variable can also be assigned to another structured variables. For example, std1 and also std2. These two are the structured variables of the student structure. So std1 and std2, these are all the structured variables of the structure student. So we can assigning the student 1 to an student 2. The value of each member of the student 1 is assigned to the corresponding the member of the student 2. This is another example for the initializing a structure. Thank you. So this is the end of the session 1.